Hi, boys and girls. Hope you're all well. Please, before we start with this lesson, make sure you know how to convert meters to kilometers and so on. So, in this lesson, we are going to do problem solving related to length. So, with problem solving with length, always read the question about 2 times to make sure you understand the question. Because they might ask you 2 or 3 things in one question. They might ask you to give the answer in meters, but they gave you the distance or the length in kilometers and so on. Draw a picture if it will help you to solve the problem. Sometimes it's better if they tell you you've got a 3 meter ribbon and I need 10 2 centimeters. How many am I going to use? Sometimes it helps to draw a ribbon and divide it. It will help you if you have a picture to see and work from that. Highlight important information. Read the question with your answer to make sure it is answered correctly. So when you are done with the problem, read the answer with the question to make sure you answered it correctly. So let's start. John has to travel 1,834 kilometers from Cape Town to Swakopmund in Namibia. On the first day, he travels 671 kilometers. On the second day, he travels 729 kilometers and he reaches Swakopmund on the third day. What distance does he travel on the third day? Now, as I circled and I underlined, that's what you are supposed to do. You use a highlighter or a color pen and you underline or you highlight important information. Now, immediately I can see there is a day 1, a day 2, and a day 3. I can see that the first day I've got kilometers, the second day I've got kilometers, but the third day I don't have any kilometers. There's no distance, there's no length. So, what is the question? What distance does he travel on the third day? Now, the total distance I have to travel is 1,834. So, immediately you have to write your number sentence 1,834 kilometers minus, now I've got another calculation because I've got my distance for day 1. Remember to write your unit when you are doing calculations where they are using units. Plus day 2, I've got 729 kilometers equals I don't know what. So here I go and I can say 600, I'm going to do the first calculation in brackets. 671 kilometers plus 729 kilometers will be equal to 8, 9, 10, and that is 13, 14, 1,400. And now I know this answer is 1,400 kilometers. And now I can subtract it from the distance to get my third day. Now I can say 1,834 kilometers minus 1,400 kilometers. This is easy. And that will give me 434 kilometers. So what distance does he travel on the third day? He travels 434 kilometers on day 3. Can you see why you have to read the question very carefully and read to make sure how many calculations are there, what are they asking me? The next one. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. It is 8,849 meters high. The second highest mountain, K2, is 8,611 meters high. Write Mount Everest height in kilometers and meters. Now, there's no calculation because I know when we did conversion of meters to kilometers and the other way around, that my place value where my meters are is or kilometers at thousands. So now I know that this is the thousands. They're asking Mount Everest, where's Mount Everest? There. So it will be 8,849 kilometers. Okay. What is the difference in the height of the two peaks? Remember, I have to take the small number from, and difference means I am subtracting meters minus 8,611 meters equals to I don't know what. And now I do my full calculation. Remember to write your unit down. If you don't use your unit, you might lose marks. And that. So the question is, what is the difference in the heights? And then you will say 238 meters is the difference. Why is it important to write down the unit? Because with length, you measure in millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers. It's important to put your units there so people can know, oh, they were talking about meters or kilometers. The next question. Mrs. Gous is making tracksuits for the local primary school. If she needs 3 meters of each tracksuit, how many will she be able to make from 1,551 meters? Now, very important, the units need to be the same. Both are meters. But now I've got so many. So, how many tracksuits can I make if I need 3 meters for one? It's division. So now I go and I say 1,551 meters. And when I do division, I'm not going to write my unit there. I'll write it at the end. Divided by 3. Because I've got so many meters, but I need only 3 for one tracksuit. So I need to divide. So 3 can't go into 1. So 3 goes into 15. 5 times. 3 goes into 5. 1. And what will be left? 2. 3 goes into 21. 7 times. So how many will she be able to make from 1,551 meters? She will be able to make 517 tracksuits. And now you're thinking, shoo, that's a lot. Remember, for a local primary school. So there's way more kids than that in a school. So she needs to make a lot. So boys and girls, be careful when you read a question what they are asking. You've got 4 types of calculations: multiplication, division, adding, and subtraction. Make sure you know what they are asking from you. And when you convert, make sure how do I get from meters to kilometers, other way around, and millimeters to centimeters. Have fun with this, boys and girls, and goodbye.